So, when a giant like Bharti Airtel drops its quarterly earnings report, you know it's more than just a bunch of numbers. It's really a peek into their game plan. Let's dive in and really unpack what these latest results are telling us about the future for one of India's biggest telecom players. And right off the bat, that headline number, it looks fantastic. We're talking about a consolidated revenue of around 54,000 crore rupees. I mean, that's a seriously strong performance, right? It just screams success. You'd think everything is firing on all cylinders. But that's not the whole story, not by a long shot. Because, you see, underneath that really impressive number, there's a pretty big challenge brewing. We're talking about the very core of Airtel's business, that massive wireless mobile market in India. It's starting to show signs of a slowdown. And trust me, that changes everything. All right, first things first, let's talk about that surface-level success. The numbers are good, no doubt about it. But we really need to look past them to see the pressure that's building just beneath the surface. And that brings us right to the heart of the matter, the central problem here. Think about the engine that has powered Airtel for years, right? The whole add millions of new mobile users and grow revenue machine. Well, it's starting to lose a bit of steam. And you don't have to take my word for it. Let's just see how the company itself is talking about this. Okay, now this is really interesting. This is a pretty frank admission right from the top. The executive vice chairman, Gopal Vittal, literally says there's a softening in market growth. You know, when leadership is that direct about something, you know it's the number one thing keeping them up at night. So the big question is, if adding new customers is getting tougher, what's your next move? Well, the answer really comes down to this key little acronym, RPU. It stands for Average Revenue Per User. And it's pretty simple, actually. If you can't get more customers walking through the door, you've got to figure out how to get more money from the ones you already have. And that becomes the new battleground for growth. And here's where Airtel is at right now. 259 rupees. So how are they pulling this off? Well, they're basically pushing customers to upgrade every chance they get. You know, from a feature phone to a smartphone, from a prepaid plan to a postpaid one. Even getting more out of stuff like international roaming. The bottom line is, they're squeezing every last drop of value from each user. But even that strategy has its limits, right? And that's exactly why Airtel isn't just focused on mobile anymore. They can't be. They are on the hunt for totally new engines for growth. And they've set their sights squarely on two places, our homes and our workplaces. And wow, this really shows just how well that's going so far. In just the last quarter, they added a record 1.2 million new broadband customers. Think about that. This isn't some little side project anymore. This is quickly becoming a huge pillar of their business. So, how are they doing it? How are they expanding so fast? Okay, a huge part of the answer is another acronym, FWA. It stands for Fixed Wireless Access. Just think of it like this. It's home internet, but it's delivered over the 5G mobile network. So no digging up streets to lay fiber optic cables. This is a game changer because it lets them expand their broadband reach into thousands of cities at an incredible speed. So this all feeds into a really clear three-part strategy. First, go big on supply. Use both fiber and FWA to get into as many homes as possible. Second, make the service sticky by bundling in content from like over 29 different platforms. And third, use every single sales channel they have to push these packages. It's a total full-court press.
And they're not stopping there. At the exact same time, they're seriously beefing up their business-to-business or B2B side of things. Now, if you look at how their revenue breaks down, you can see it's not just about providing internet to offices anymore. That core connectivity, that's less than half the story. The real action is happening somewhere else.
And here's why that's so important. While that basic connectivity stuff is growing at a respectable 5 to 6%, their digital portfolios, we're talking cloud services, cybersecurity, the Internet of Things, that stuff is just exploding. It's growing at around 20%. This is where the future of their B2B money is coming from. So what's holding all of this together? Underpinning every single one of these strategies, mobile, home, business, is one powerful tool, artificial intelligence. And for Airtel, AI isn't just some buzzword they're throwing around. It's become a core part of how they operate. And they've got their AI strategy nailed down to 4 really clear goals. 1, use AI to make more money. 2, use it to build products you can't get anywhere else. 3, use it to run the company more efficiently and save a ton of cash. And 4, use it to make customers happier. I mean, it's a pretty solid vision, right? And it's not just a vision, it's already delivering some incredible results. Just look at this. Their AI is dynamically managing their entire network to save power and money. Voice bots are now handling 70% of all customer calls. And get this, their AI-powered anti-spam tool has blocked over 71 billion spam calls. This is AI making a massive, real-world impact right now.
Okay, so they've got these new strategies firing on all cylinders. What does the road ahead look like? Well, it's really a mix of two things, some massive, really ambitious bets, and one pretty significant hurdle that just won't go away.
So first, let's talk about that big bet. I said it before, but it's worth repeating. Airtel isn't just a telecom company anymore. They are moving aggressively into the data center business. They see this explosion of data and AI coming, and they want to be the ones who own the plumbing, the actual infrastructure that powers it all.
And the scale of this ambition is just staggering. They're planning to build out 1 gigawatt of data center capacity. And they're not waiting around. They want to do this in the next 3 to 4 years. That is a massive investment, and the goal is to grab a dominant 25% of the market.
But remember that hurdle I mentioned? There's this shadow looming over all these ambitious plans. It's a long-standing issue called AGR, or Adjusted Gross Revenue Dues. It's basically been this years-long fight with the government over how you even calculate revenue for licensing fees, and all that does is create a ton of financial uncertainty.
So right now, it's pretty much a waiting game. As you can see from this quote, Airtel has basically written to the Department of Telecom asking for some clarity, asking for fair treatment, but they're still waiting to hear back. And that kind of uncertainty makes long-term financial planning really, really tricky.
And so that leaves us with the million-dollar question, doesn't it? We're watching Airtel transform right before our eyes. They're building these powerful new businesses in home internet, B2B, data centers. But that core challenge is still there. Can these new engines fire up fast enough to outpace the slowdown in their biggest cash cow, the wireless market? The answer to that question is going to define the